When Miss Schroeder was practicing for the New York City Marathon, she was eating right, stretching, and running each day. On a Sunday morning, Miss Schroeder ran for 2 hours and 38 minutes. If Miss Schroeder finished her run at 6:10 a.m., what time did she begin her run? So the question is asking what time did she begin her run? So that means we're looking for a start time. Very good. So this is going to be our start we're looking for. We know, let's see, we know that she ran for 2 hours and 38 minutes. This is our duration, how long it lasted, duration. We also know what time she finished running. That was at 6:10 a.m. That is our end time. So we know our end time. We know how long she ran. We want to know when she started or when she began. So we're going to start by putting 6:10 as our start time. And she ran for 2 hours and 38 minutes. So we're going to put 2 hours in the hours world, 38 minutes in the minutes world. We're going to separate our two worlds, hours world, minutes world. We're subtracting because we're looking for a time in the past. It already happened. She finished the run. We want to know when she started running. Okay? So we look in the minutes world and we have 10 and 38. We cannot subtract 10 minus 38, so we have to go borrow from the hours world. We're going to scratch it, make it smaller, pull 60 minutes to my side. So now I have enough minutes because I'm going to add those 60 minutes to the minutes I already had. I had how many minutes already? I already had 10 minutes. So I'm going to put my solve arrow here. So 60 plus 10 now gives me 70. So I'm going to put that right there. I didn't have to put the work on the side because I know 60 plus 70 in my 60 plus 10 equals 70 in my head. I'm going to slide over the 38 right underneath the 70, and I'm going to put the subtraction sign back. I'm going to extend that equals line out, and now I can subtract. So I can now do 70 subtract 38. 0 subtract 8 I can't do, so I'm going to borrow. And I'm not borrowing 60 now because I'm in the minutes world, so I'm just taking from minutes. So minutes stay minutes. So this becomes 10. Subtract 8 gives me 2. 6 subtract 3 gives me 3. So now I have 32. I'm going to leave the 60, the 10, and the 38 alone. I've finished with those. I have 32 minutes in the minutes world. Then I'm going to do 5 subtract 2 gives me 3. So she began running at what time? I put my colons in. She began running at 3:32 a.m. Very good. Okay, question number 3 says, what time was it 45 minutes ago? So that means time in the past. So ago is our clue word here that we're looking for a time in the past. Okay? Our clock is showing us what time it is now, so this is our end time. That something happened. So we're going to look at our clock and figure out what time it is. We see our hour hand is pointing between the 4 and the 5. I take it, I rewind it back to the 4, so I know it's 4 something. My minute hand is pointing right on the 1, so 1 times 5 is 5, so it's 4:05. That's what time it is now. But we want to know 45 minutes ago, what time was it? So if this is the time now, 4:05, I'm going to put 4:05, and then I'm going to subtract the 45 minutes that has already gone by, because it's asking 45 minutes ago. So I'm going to subtract 45 in my minutes world. Separate the two worlds. I look and I cannot do 5 minutes subtract 45 minutes. Now be careful here, because when you look, you can do 5 subtract 5, but you're not going to be able to subtract 0 minus 4. So you have to borrow from the minutes world from the beginning. So don't do anything with these two 5s yet. Okay, so let's go to the hours world. Scratch it, make it smaller, pull 60 minutes to my side. So plus 60. Okay, so I put the arrow to solve 60 plus 5. 60 plus 5 gives me, again, we can do that one in our heads, so we're not going to put the work on the side. You might need to do that sometimes. 65. I now slide my 45 over, sliding over, right underneath the 45, and I'm going to put back in the subtraction sign. I'm going to extend my equals line. And now I can subtract. 5 subtract 5 is 0. 6 subtract 4 is 2. I have 3 minus nothing gives me 3. So I have 320. Now don't worry about all this extra space here. Just leave it and know that you've solved all of these numbers. You've taken care of them. So don't worry about those numbers. Okay? Just know that you've solved your hours world here, and you've solved what's in the minutes world here. So your answer is, it was 3:20, 45 minutes ago.